with more over there. I mean, that was petty. Just prove how petty you were. They had a legal right to meeting, and you shut off the mic. What did you think that was going to accomplish? The meeting still went forward. So, not sure why you did that. You're just so petty and unprofessional. How are you okay with that? How are you okay with yourself? Okay, I'll just repeat what she said. She said, on our tax dollars. I mean, why do you do that? Why do you think it's okay to do that? I mean, does your relationship camaraderie mean that much that you are okay with selling your soul? I mean, yeah, I just don't understand it. Stan Brown.
My family then lived in this village for well over 30 years. I watched back in 1991, after they moved here in 88, my grandfather passed away in that home in Dolton. And just recently in October, I had to bury my grandmother. And the fact that I'm watching every day while I'm hauling hazardous materials, things that people need, and watching as this village being ran into the ground by this woman is pissing me off. I'm watching as this township is being ran into the ground by this woman. I'm watching as my alma mater, South Suburban College, a college that gave me a chance to go to college and be able to get my degree, being scammed by this woman. All these things I take very personally. Very personally indeed. I love this town. I love this township. I love my school. And I will be damned if I allow anyone, particularly you, ma'am, scam, destroy, run into the ground. And while you're sitting there with your thousands upon thousands of dollars, the people of this village, the people of this township, the students at South Suburban College suffer. Absolutely not. I sit here and watch as one of your trustees sexually assault a woman and still sits on the board. He might not be here today because he's tired of hearing about it, but we're not going to be tired of saying it. Andrew Holmes assaulted a woman. He belongs in jail along with you, Miss Hannard, and your wigs. Because we don't know where the damn money's going. It's going to her wigs.
Officer.
The fact that these police officers murdered Alexis Wilson and continue to walk the streets and police these streets is an abomination. Her name is Alexis Wilson. She was murdered by the Dolton Police Department. This is crap.
Okay.
Leave this township.
His time is up.
Oh, no.
His time is up.
3 minutes. I'm still counting.
Okay.
All right.
Sir, your time is up, sir.
Okay, next person.
All right. Sir.
Just allow it.
Sir, you're going to be escorted out the building, sir.
I'll leave.
Okay.
I'll be right outside with the rest of the people. When
Okay. Officer, escort him out.
All right. Is there anyone else? Anyone else want to address the body?
Hello, everyone. So I wasn't gonna get up and comment just yet, but I just wanted to say that on the back of what he said, this is really ridiculous. As a disabled resident in this community, the fact that you would even make us get up out of our chairs after we've already sat down and got comfortable to even go back through a metal detector because you wasn't here on time to say that, oh, they should have been let in. No, you should have been here to let us in. If you wasn't here to let us in and we were let in, that's on you. You should have somebody as a backup because you're the chief, right? So why is it that all of the residents have to go back out and come back in and be humiliated for her? For her. Because she's scared. What about us? What about our fears? What about our tax dollars? What about the rape that Andrew Holmes did or the sexual assault? Everybody is hurting behind me. Don't turn my light on. Turn it back on. Anyway,
Ma'am, if you're going to talk, you're running out. Okay.
turning my mic on.
Ma'am.
Your mic is working like this so I can finish my time. Mute me. I got a minute and 50 seconds. So mute me. Mic. Because I'm going to say what I got to say, and the residents gonna hear what I gotta say. So whether or not you want to try and keep muting people and keep shutting people up, it's not working. And you can keep doing that. Oh, the mayor here unasked that seat because you definitely go unasked that seat. Your administration is definitely wrong.
Ma'am.
No, you can't. I still got time, so you can't say anything. My mic. Why are you playing with my mics? So anybody else get up here and say what she want to hear, you their mic's not gonna go off. Their mic's not gonna go muted. But when I get up here and say something, my mic's go off. My mic's go muted because you don't want to hear the truth. That's all it is. Y'all don't want to hear the truth. And the truth is that y'all need to unask all them seats and step down today. Wish the FBI is around the corner so they can come and raid this place because all of y'all deserve to go to jail. All of y'all.
Okay, her time is done. Her time is done.
All right, anyone else? On record that I'm here to ask Andrew Holmes, did he sexually assault that woman? Did he drug her?
Ma'am,
I don't need
you're
to.
revoking your time. If you want to talk, go ahead and talk, but if you're revoking your time.
Mr. Lacy, Mr. Lacy, I would finish my time, sir, if you would stop interrupting me.
Okay, just keep talking.
I'm going to keep talking. All I have to say is this village deserves so much more than what it's getting. From an outsider looking in, y'all are being hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray. And that's all I got to say, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Good evening, everyone. My minutes will be on the board's special board meeting at another date, but tonight I would like to just talk about how our ordinance state that the department heads should submit a written copy of the report that they will present at the next board meeting. I should get a hard copy of that. I shouldn't translate their reports, and I'm just asking that we go back to how our ordinances are written and that each department head submit a copy of their report that they're going to report out on to my office so that it can be included with the minutes. And that's basically it for me. Thank you very much.
Just to add clarity to what she just stated about them having a report, if they have anything to give her office, they sure can do that. But as it relates to them saying things up here, because sometimes people will just talk about whatever else came to mind for their department. So her job as a clerk is to still add it in the minutes so that when people do for you the minutes, you have accurate minutes of what someone stated. Prime example, once the mayor department talks about something here in a meeting, my minutes, my statements are never in the minutes. I've said this several times, and it's always said, refer to the mayor's department. And I gave a whole report, but nothing gets typed. So I just want to point that out, and that's for the record. And I've also asked the clerk for all of the records from our village, which I still don't have to this day. I don't have any ordinances or anything. I've requested to view all records, which that's within my power to do, and I'm not able to get any records from the clerk as of today. So I don't have any record as it relates to an ordinance, a resolution, or anything so that I can review them and look at them and see what's needed moving forward. So that's for the record.
On to your comment.
It's not a
So
back and
for
forth.
the, well, it won't be a back and
Hold on,
forth, but
it's
I
not-
just need
clerk, hold
to,
on, you don't
for
have the floor.
clarification.
You just said you want to follow rules. I didn't give you the floor. So my statement was my statement. I allow you to make your statement, and we're
So-
gonna move on.
You're not the only body here. I
Okay,
think you
clerk,
should
but you
respect
said
us
you-
and allow each
It's
of
not a
us
back and
to
forth.
speak.
It's not a back and
Um,
forth. We're moving
If
on.
we have one
Next on the
department,
agenda-
thank you,
next
Stacey
on the
Carrell,
agenda
who
is
faithfully
engineer's
submit a
report.
report because he
Ron-
understands what the
Ron
law
Smith,
is.
you have the floor.
He understands what the law is.
Ron, you
And
have
I
the
am
floor.
the keeper of the records in case you guys don't know.
You have the
So the
floor.
records stay with me.
Thank you so
And
much.
I'm done. Thank you.
I just want to add on to that. Not only, it's also a liability. If no one is aware it's not actually a police station, people would actually go there thinking that it is a police station. So if I'm in a frenzy and someone is chasing me and I go there for the police station, well, guess what? It's not a police station. So there's also a great liability. In the meantime, as it's sitting there, maybe the sign should be covered as well. So you don't give people that false narrative that it's a police station, and it's not a police station. Again, the bag is empty, y'all. We've been saying that forever. It's dried out. You got to bring some type of revenue into this village. The bag is empty. So we got to try to bring some type of funding. If it could be sold, if it could be salvaged, what could we bring there? And again, I agree with Trustee Norwood. Have a meeting, see what the residents want to do. Again, this is our community. It's not my community, it's our community. So we need to get residents involved as well as this board. Thank you.
Okay, so as relates to Melly Fitness, I still believe it should be a police station. Our goal is to turn it into that. The board see fit that they would like to sell the property. I still think the people should have a say-so on that. I know when we did put the sign up, a lot of residents was happy that the police station was closer on Sibley and then that they can get to calls a lot faster. So my goal is still to do that. And what people not telling you is it is in a TIF district. That's where that police station sits at. And then also, when they purchased the sign, Chief Lacy, what account did it come out of? Because when they tell you stuff, they don't tell you where money come from, what account, or how they was able to afford a sign and turn it into a police station. It's different accounts. It did not come out of the general fund or nothing like that. But they have to educate you before they just send you off and tell you something to make it sound as though it's bad. And then before you start, Chief Lacy, another thing, we could have been using that area for the longest. I've tried several times to put it on the agenda to allow them to fix the pool so that now the community could utilize it because it's been sitting there and we pay for it just to sit there. And we could have been giving swimming lessons to all the people in the community. But these are the things that I fight for, that I would like to see within Dolton, not just get up here and say, hey, today I just want to sell Melodies. Why? It's been sitting there for 3.5 years. So why now you just want to sell Melodies? Every time we come up with a plan, it's always somebody, excuse me, guys, if you could, for 1 minute. You got to hear both sides. So please, for 1 second. So,
All right, calm down.
so
Thank
what
you.
I'm saying
Thank
to
you.
you guys is that we would like to see a police station there. We have 2 fire departments, 2 stations. So now we would like to do the same as relates to one is right here at Park and the other.
But at the end of the day, we have to be realistic. Realistic is there's no more money. Anything we can sell, we need to sell it. If you want to get outside, we'll sell you too. But right now,
Trustee, that was
right
order.
now, you don't
That was
tell
out
me
of
what's out of order and what's not in order. We're not doing that today.
You are out of order.
So right now, anything that we have asset on and that we can touch that's owned by the village needs to be sold. For the financial status of the village, in 2021, October of 2021, the board approved a fleet for cars through Enterprise. We learned of other vehicles, 3 Tahoes, and I believe a Ford Expedition through First Governmental Leasing. I am suggesting for discussion because right now, looking at the warrant list and the leases, we spend roughly, it started in 2022, December 2022, all of 2023, and we're in the middle of 2024. We've spent almost 250 some odd $1,000 on these vehicles. If we keep the lease for the 5 years, which is 60 months, we would be spending $718,000. That's with the cost of and interest. We cannot afford that. So I'm asking that we look into the legal ramification of returning the vehicles because most of them were signed without proper authority anyway. So my discussion is to place this for committee of the whole to move forward and looking to see how we can return those 3 Chevy Tahoes and 1 Expedition.
prepared, everyone has documentation, and everyone can answer the questions for you. But you guys come to a meeting, you just throw something up here, and then you just think people should know the answer, and they don't even have whatever you're talking about in front of them. We talked about this at the last board meeting. So I'm asking the same thing once again, because other than that, it's just gonna be a back and forth. We put on a show for all the cameras in the back, and nothing gets accomplished. So I'm asking you guys that if it's something you're looking for, because I don't have this, and I don't even know what you're talking about, to even respond to you to say, hey, this is the lease, this is what happened with the lease. I couldn't respond because I don't have that in my possession. So I'm fine with putting it on the next meeting to discuss it further once we get more clarity to what it is you're looking for.
Okay, thank you so much. I just would like to say for clarity, since you said that I give a lot of false information, it's simple math. I know how much $149,000 times times 5. It's simple math. So that's fine. I'm fine. I just want to make sure that we do approve it to go to discussion because those are things that we need to move forward and return.
August the 7th, 2023, you propose that we raise some of the fines in the village. And one of them was the grass fee. So I remember this clear as yesterday. You told us that there were a lot of abandoned properties in the village and that the banks weren't doing the maintenance on it. And then Trustee Stan Brown, he seconded that it was becoming a problem, so that we should do something like increase the fine so that we could make or so that the banks can have more of an incentive to make sure that the grass was cut. And I was totally for that in terms of the banks. But what we weren't told is that the $500 fee is for everyone. So I have landlords that's calling me stating that their tenants are being presented with $500 fines. So for a lack of grass cutting. And that wasn't what I personally agreed to. I thought that the plan was to ticket to go up in fees for the banks only. So now that we have tenants or landlords calling, I'd like to take this to the committee of the whole so that we can have discussion, so that we can make some changes and discuss it with the residents in regards to who these fines, let's specify the difference between the banks and the landlords and the homeowners in regards to the fines.
Okay, well, I pray that we're not doing that. I pray that it's definitely going to the bank. So we will look into that, and this goes back to what I was just saying. We put stuff on the agenda. We can't give you answers currently because no one knows what you're looking for. You just put village fines. That could be anything from a ticket to garage address missing, but no one was specific in what it is that they're looking for. So we just need you guys to let the department heads know what you're looking for. So when we come to a meeting, we're better equipped and we ain't got to kick the can down the road again to have another meeting that we should have got resolved today if people would have told us what they're looking for. So I'm definitely fine with going over this and clearing it up. But also you guys have to take responsibility for not paying vendors their money for the high grass. The high grass is scattered through our community. Y'all know we have over 400 vacancies, and y'all know that Public Works cannot cut all the vacant properties. And you guys have to work better at coming up with a plan, because right now we don't have it as it relates to from you. You guys come here, you dictate and tell us what you guys want us to do, but there's no plan in place from the board that wants to tell us how to run the day-to-day, which I keep telling y'all, y'all legislate, y'all do not govern the day-to-day operation. But I just wish you guys would pay people their money so that they can come out and cut the high grass.
Thank you, Mayor, for that. So it's just, and this is just for the record at this point, this is for the residents. I find it interesting that she continues to act as if she does not know what we're referring to. When we talked about the leases, I wasn't going to say anything, but you signed them. So if you signed the leases, how are you unaware of the leases in which we are referring to? It's the smoke and the mirrors. I sit here and I said, you know what, Lord, I was going to let it go. But you were the one who brought it to us to increase the fines. So if we had a cow meeting, and this is for the residents, right? Because she keeps saying, oh, the trustees this, the trustees that. Let's, just so you all know, there's a thing called checks and balances. That's why we're all up here, right? So we really shouldn't even have to go back and forth with who knows what. The goal is for you to run it past the board, which is us here,
to tell us what you're doing and then us approve it. What you've been doing is you do everything on your own. And then when we revert it back and say, hey, no, you weren't supposed to do that, you sit here and say, oh, I don't know what you all are referring to. I mean, I have to get back to you on that. Let's stop doing that. Let's have the meeting. Again, I would like to set it forth so that we can have CAL meetings. Let's go back to having 2 meetings per month like we're supposed to in our ordinance, and that'll prevent a lot of this you acting as if you don't know. Because if we all have this conversation with the residents, they'll know, we'll know, and you'll know. This is a team effort. It's Team Dolton, not a one-man band. Thank you, Mayor.
Okay, so what I truly believe, trustee,
I know.
is that you in particular
You know.
want to decrease the fines because you got tickets on your house for the high grass. Your bushes won't cut, your grass won't service, right? So you remind me of trustee Valerie Stubbs that put in an ordinance, because she didn't want to pay fines on her rental properties. It's the same thing. You guys only pick and choose things that's beneficial to you guys that affect you. But you were talking about this a month ago. You were talking, please, you're gonna be removed. You're gonna be removed. You cannot just talk. Remove her. You will be removed. And again, Valerie Stubbs, ex-trustee right there, her. She do things for self. So back to what I'm saying. You have to do better. You have to do better than what you're doing. Okay, you out of order. You need to remove her. Remove her. Remove her. Y'all cannot be that out of order. Like, come on now. Come on. Come on. Even if you don't like somebody, you can't be that out of order. You have to remove her. Please leave. Please leave. Please leave. Please leave. Please leave. Because you just too out of order. Please leave. You out of order. Goodbye. You are out of order. Goodbye. You are out of order. You out of order. Okay, goodbye. Valerie Stubbs, you need to exit. Valerie Stubbs, you need to exit. Valerie Stubbs, you need to exit.
Can we continue the meeting? Why is this even an issue?
Come on. Come on. I don't know why y'all do this here in Dolton. Any other village meeting, they remove people out. They go. You cannot be that disrespectful. You cannot. We will not take disrespect. Come on. Come on.
Okay, if she does not exit, then the meeting will
guys.
If you do not exit, then the meeting will be
You got nothing to do with you.
The meeting ain't about to be over, so
You cannot
shut down the meeting.
Ma'am.
Yes.
Trustee, stop.
You
Stop.
shouldn't have did that.
Stop.
You shouldn't have did that.
Ma'am,
You
please
shouldn't have
stop.
did that. We can continue with the meeting.
All right,
He
Valerie
allowed to do that.
Stubbs, you can go.
We can continue with the
No, because y'all disrespect and y'all think it's okay to continue. Did I call anybody? What she just called? What she just say? What she just say?
You called her.
That was out of order.
You called her name. That was out of
I didn't
order.
call her out her name. I did not.
You shouldn't have called her name at all.
Miss Stubbs.
You should have
Okay,
said her
it's
name.
time to go. It's time to
Keep going on with the meeting.
It's time to exit.
The meeting will be shut
The
down.
meeting is not
We
going to
can
be shut
order,
down.
then people will be able to come back in. If you
All
do
she
not
has to do is
leave, if
exit.
she does not
The fact
leave,
that they keep
the
wanting to
meeting will
shut
not
down these
continue.
meetings.
All she got to do is exit.
He on the chopping block, you know. He does not have the authority to shut down the meeting. Why? That wasn't even called. That's what they want. They want to shut down.
Okay, goodbye. You can exit. You can exit. Y'all some kids. Who's that? That call, man. This is crazy.
Yep. Residents, can you guys please be quiet because we got real business to tend to in this meeting tonight. Please.
Okay, Chief Lacy,
On the
Yeah,
business, on the
yeah,
fine.
yeah.
So
right,
I
so
want
he
to speak
said,
on that.
so the
I'm not
court
finished.
just made clarity. She said that you,
I'm not
motion was
finished with
second.
the, no,
I know,
I'm
let me
still in discussion.
just get it out what she just told. She said, you said nobody motion,
Nobody
somebody
said
motion.
motion. What are we talking
No, we're still discussing.
They,
Okay, I know what I'm talking
all right,
about.
go ahead.
Okay.
I want to touch bases on that.
Hold on 1 second, Trustee Brown, before you finish. I was in the midst of referring to something. She and I were kind of having before
Yes,
we
ma'am.
interrupted.
Please, ladies and gentlemen, can we get this meeting because we behind.
Go ahead.
We lost out from the last meeting. We still.
Trustee, unfortunately,
Item.
until this young lady gets up, the meeting can't.
Who?
I don't know.
All right, didn't the young lady just leave?
No, there's a second young lady that needs to leave.
Now y'all going out of control. This.
Okay, so while they're doing that, you want to finish?
Let's continue with the meeting.
You want to what? What they?
Okay, because it's kind of.
Okay, if we don't got no, we're gonna move
No,
on.
we not. We gonna wait until it's
Y'all,
quiet because you could call the
It's
chief back or
not,
something
it's
and see what's
not.
going
So
on.
do you want to sit here or you want to move on?
We're gonna wait until.
It's
so
not. They
when I
gonna
have
be there
everyone's
second.
attention.
So we're gonna sit here until they.
Well, we
done.
just want to sit here because.
But you can go ahead.
Trustee,
If you
all
have
it
class.
takes, trustee, all it
Stop.
takes is this young lady to get up and leave. That's all it takes, and
Okay,
then we
so
can
here we go.
continue.
Sit here.
What was the?
I don't know.
But is she quiet now?
Yeah, she is. And the mayor needs to tell him to bring his ass back here so we can
It's all
continue.
come from her saying this lady name. Could have just not said her name.
This is ridiculous.
It is.
We definitely not stopping this meeting.
Okay, it seems as though the young lady has calmed down and everything seemed to be in check. Yes.
Okay. Right.
So please, can we resume?
That's what I was thinking. Why all the police? Come on. That it's funny how you find the need to deflect. Because if my grass was as tall as the Sears Tower, it still wouldn't compensate for the amount of money that you're wasting on taxpayers' dollars. So it still would not add up to the millions of dollars that you're spending on first-class flights, the millions of dollars that you're spending on parties, the $1 million you're spending on rent cars that you don't remember renting. So with that being said, let's move this to the committee of the whole, and hopefully we can talk about this with the residents so that we could discuss fines so that this administration won't keep increasing your fines because she just won't stop spending and she won't prioritize the spending. So she'll just continue to spend the money and then increase the fines to make you guys pay for it. So in order to stop that, we'll have a discussion as a family with the residents. And thank you. Thank you guys.
For the record, people that say things about me, I want you to prove it. Because like I said, fact versus fiction. Y'all say parties, and I do nothing but unity and gatherings here in the community. When they do it, they say the party. They do the same thing I do, right? But when I do it, y'all claim it's a party. I say first class flights. Please show me here in the village of Dolton where I did a first class flight. I want you to show me that receipt, please, and thank you. So, for the record, I just want people to say they mix up the two body of governments that I'm over. They mix them up. We talking about
You mix them up too.
Hold on, we're not talking to you. When it comes to the village of Dolton, please show me the stuff that y'all put up at the meeting for clickbait and got no truth to what you're saying, no fact to what you're saying, but y'all say it and throw it in the air. That's not right. And that's why I tell you, residents, stay woke. Because they will sit here and sing you off and just say anything, as most of the trustees do. They just talk with no facts. All right, moving on. Go ahead.
Trustee Norwood, the reason the truck is still out there, however, what we're doing right now, what I'm doing right now is working with Cook County to train our people on handling those dogs. We do have some that are trained on it, but not as many as we need. So that's what's going on right now. They're being trained by Cook County.
Okay, can I ask a question?
Sure.
Okay, so I got two questions. First off, when was the last time the vehicle was used?
The vehicle was used probably about maybe a week ago. I know,
Okay. Somebody in the audience call the police department and see if they got animal control.
girl, why don't you tell them to call the
Because,
police department?
because let me explain why I said that, Mayor, because I'm talking and I got the floor right now. Last week, there was some animals out. They called the police department and the police department said, we don't have animal control anymore. So I don't understand why these people lie so much when it is 21,000 people in Dolton and mysteriously a week ago it was used, but the other day he want to transfer it to a transport car, whatever it is. And I just don't understand it. If it's not a working and functioning department, say it's not a working, functioning department. But why y'all lying? Y'all sitting here lying to these people.
See?
It makes no sense.
Okay,
It makes no sense that she sits here and lie like that. I just can't stand it. I'm gonna let her talk now. But she lies so much. But she want to say somebody else lying. But
Girl, you said that lie talking about you live at your mama house and you make $300,000. Who the biggest liar?
we got proof to show that we picking up dogs. But
Okay.
show us. Stop it, trustee. Please stop.
Talking about somebody lying.
You always lying.
Okay, and you lying about you live in Dolton when you know you don't.
You don't live in Dalton. Get it
Girl,
right.
God.
Get it right.
Trustee Norwood.
Okay, so and why I asked, I mean, you know, it does get frustrating when you all sit here and tell these stories, and I guess that's the frustrating part. And I put this on the agenda because, of course, common sense. Before I would call this lady, I would call the animal control, right? So I did, and that's when I was informed that we no longer have animal control. Then I did a little digging, and I seen an article that stated that the administration didn't properly go about it, things the right way with the animals, and someone was doing something with the animals, and the state cut us off from having animal control. So none of this information was shared with anyone from the board. So that's why I asked. And I was thinking that in the event that the state has us barred from doing animal control for a while, I wanted to know because I was just thinking we paid $50,000 for the truck. So I just wanted to know what was the next plan for the truck in the event that we were no longer allowed to do animal control. So I'll vote to motion this to take it to the CAL meeting, and I'll bring all the evidence that I have at the meeting, and then we'll discuss it. But last time I called several times. The senior who called me, she called animal control several times, and they stated that we don't have it in the village at all. So that's why I put it on the agenda.
All right. So which is that we are transferring administrative expenses from the TIF district to the general fund. When I just stated in previous conversations, we are at a point where we're transferring money from a restricted account to the general fund to make payments, to pay retro pay, things that in a functioning budget was already allocated for. What is more concerning, and I'm going to say this because I've said it at other meetings, is that this money that we are transferring, which adds up to a little bit over $1 million, they're stating are from administrative fees that have not been collected since 2005. My question, and I don't know because this is my first term, that if we have a CPA that we pay $45,000 or $60,000 per month, when did y'all just realize that y'all haven't been collecting these fees? Then it seems more strange that we're at the point that we have absolutely no money, that all of a sudden we haven't been collecting administrative fees. Let's go back to 2005. Oh my God, 36,000, 79,000, which totals the retro pay that we need to pay, for the sergeants, lieutenants, and sergeants. The public works balance that we need to pay. All of this was included in the budget that we approved when they said retro was included. And then we have insurance that needs to be paid. So when we had all these 3 years of meeting, I bring back the bag. I bring back the grants. Ask the accountant, has any grants been deposited? Absolutely not. Why haven't any grants been deposited? Let me rephrase this because I don't want nobody to say I'm lying. Grants that require audits, $6.8 million that we have not received, but we have spent $6.7 million spending the money before we get it. Now we're forced to sit here and take money out of an account that we really shouldn't be taking money out of because we at that rainy day part where we're barely gonna see if we can make payroll through the end of September. So while everybody's sitting up here talking about we've been lying, they lying, I ain't took no first class flight. It's a warrant list to have, we didn't pay for the township conference. Why the hell is we paying for the township conference? That's because they swipe their card so much they be forgetting what, are they working for the township or are they working for the village of Dolton? Nevertheless, I'm voting because I know that it needs to be paid. My personal thought is they wouldn't get shit. But I have to do what's right for the community. And I have to do what's right for the people that go out and serve us every day. So yes, I am going to vote for it, but I want everybody to know that the mismanagement of this administration is beyond absurd. I mean, beyond absurd. If anybody ran their house the way this village is being ran, y'all need to lock them up.
You guys wanted to give special counsel authority to review the insurance coverage. Anybody want to answer that? Why is that?
Do we have an attorney?
We
Do the village of Dolton have an attorney?
Yes, we do have an attorney.
And who is that?
You already know who that is. So I'm
No, please tell me because they're not here. Who is it?
I'm not going to do the Q&A. So at the end of the day, you guys know that y'all are surpassing your authority. My authority is the one that appoints the attorneys. Y'all know this. So why we get up here and do the same dance and fight? Why? We do the same thing. That's not y'all authority. You overstepping your authority. My authority is the mayor. I appoint counsel. Y'all know this. Y'all know y'all cannot give your attorney cases. You know that. Especially that's the one he messed up. Like, come on, make it make sense. But yet y'all doing the same thing. Why? Nobody want to answer that, huh? I keep telling you about this a money grab. Like, stop. We're not doing
So
that.
we're talking about the seats
talking
versus
about-
VO Dalton and appointing a special counsel.
Yes, that's what I'm asking. I said, why
This
do you guys-
this a case. I'm sorry, I didn't want to finish.
Go ahead.
This case is too critical and a lot of it's been stalled. We haven't really gotten to the closure that we seek. There's been some offers made and still been kind of ongoing. So we want to make sure that there's a resolution to the case, and this is an effort to move it forward.
And that's through the village attorney. You know that, I know that. When the previous mayor was here, what did he do? Appoint counsel. So what makes y'all think it's any different now? Any mayor that sits in the seat appoints counsel. It is not the body, which is you guys. You guys legislate. That's it. You don't appoint. You don't make appointments. You don't have no appointment powers. You don't have nothing to do with my appointments. You can't fire them. You can't keep them. Nothing. You got nothing to do with any of those things. You don't. You don't. And that's what I keep telling y'all. Y'all have to learn what it is you do and learn what it is I do. But you guys do not appoint anybody to any case. So again, here you go with this. And y'all already know I'm not gonna sign off on it. So putting on a show right in front of the people once again don't make no sense. We are not doing that. So all right, what else? Anything else? Any more discussion? All right, call her up.
I have a quick discussion on this.
Go ahead.
I just heard you say that you appoint people and no one can fire them. I can appoint a deputy clerk and you illegally fired her. So I don't understand what applies to you should apply to me.
because what you don't understand is I am the head of the village. You are
It
not.
doesn't
You
matter.
are the
You
clerk.
don't, I
Hold
don't
on, hold
report
on. You
to
just
you,
asked
Mayor.
me. You just
I
asked me,
don't
and I'm
report to
giving
you.
you the answer. So at the end of the day, you already know that that's in court. So to go back and forth with you while it's in court doesn't make any sense. But I'm telling you the facts so that you will understand the how and why it happens and how it works. But
Well,
nobody
please
wants
get
to
the
do it.
facts right
Everybody
before you
wants to
report
sit
them
here
to me.
and be over someone else's position. I ran to lead, not follow. Especially people that ain't got no vision. I don't do that. I ran to lead, and you guys keep wanting to tell me what to do. We're not doing that. So
And
here
again,
we are
the
today.
ordinance states, so let's talk about
Oh,
ordinances
we
that
don't
you
get to that, but we don't get to that
that
once
you
we
don't
get
follow,
in
which
personnel.
states that the clerk has
We
the
gonna get
authority
into that, clerk.
to appoint a deputy
Clerk,
clerk.
we gonna get into that in personnel matters. But
So, yeah,
let's
but I'm
finish
just
I.
saying, let's
Let's finish
follow the
I through
ordinances.
L. I through L.
Thank you.
Any more discussion for I through L?
So I just want you all to understand that you sometimes may see us get a little frustrated, but we're getting frustrated because this job should be much more simple. We are put in place and you all elected us to do just this. And if you didn't have us here, this thing would be way worse because we'd probably be transferring 2 or 3 million instead of the 1. So I just want to say that we don't want to bicker and argue in front of you all, and we are trying to save the community, but this spending and this mismanaging is just out of control. And that's why you see us trying to have a liquidation sale and sell everything because they've spent it all. Thank you.
I can't wait till the truth come out. I swear I can't. But anyway, and clear some things up. I see that you guys went and created this agenda, whereas I created an agenda for the village of Dolton, and we put everything on there that was needed to talk about, including terminate the contract of Otisson, Sturk, Murphy, Frazier, and McGrath. You guys didn't put that on here, nor did you put on there the termination of Keith Freeman. I put that on there so the board and I can discuss it, but I don't see that here. Yet you put all these other people on here, and y'all do know this is targeted. This is harassment, and you guys are doing political retaliation for the names that you put on here for personnel matters. It don't make no sense that you're considering layoffs due to you claiming financial, but yet you're picking people that don't make half the salary as a lot of other people because you're supposed to start at the top, work your way down. But yeah, you pick people that in the clerks, they make what, $15 an hour? Like, make this make sense of how you guys are trying to handle this. And you know, like I know, you guys have the authority to put anyone on administrative leave. You don't have the authority to remove anybody that I appoint. So I just want to clear this up for the public because everybody got everybody y'all roused up, and then you guys sitting here just trying to make decisions without stating facts. So today we will state facts as it relates to what you do and what I do, as I always state. But we're going to go in closed session, go over this bogus list that you put together, and then we'll come back out and we will tell the public again what the truth is in the matter of moving forward. But Keith Freeman will be added onto this list. It's shocking that you didn't put him on there, board, especially
Okay.
y'all didn't like him, don't care for him.
So are we not
whatever.
having a
I just-
regular meeting there? That's, I guess, for clarity, since you're saying he's gonna be added to this
Yeah,
list.
but we
Are
got a
not
regular
having
meeting right after
regular
this. We have a regular meeting
meeting?
right
Oh,
after
okay,
this.
that's all I was
But I'm
trying
just
to
saying
ask.
that you guys didn't add it. Y'all added everything else. And like I said, y'all want to be in control so bad. Y'all added all this stuff to the agenda, but you didn't add his name. And then you put my report at the very end. Why is that? But this is stuff that I'm talking about. This is talking about. This is the stuff I'm talking about. So you gotta let me do what I'm supposed to do and get my report. Like I get y'all the floor when it's general announcement. Y'all say whatever y'all want to say about whatever y'all got going on, and then I get the opportunity to do the same. But you guys want to put it at the end as though I am not the leader of the city. So is there a motion to go in closed session to discuss personnel matters?
Motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
Is there a motion and second? Call the roll.
Trustee Belcher,
Aye.
trustee Norwood, I'm sorry, trustee Stan Brown.
But I will make a statement for the record. I already told the Board of Trustees that this is political retaliation. This is targeting, and they should not target these individuals to try to lay them off. I also told them that they will be sued for doing so, but yet they still choosing to pick these people, which they said Keith Freeman gave them. So make sure y'all add him in y'all lawsuit to target just these individuals. Normally, when you do layoffs or consider layoffs, you normally go, you meet with management staff, and you go line by line, or you go over things or where people can make cuts at and do things to make it make sense. Right now, people are voting with their emotions, and they're not being wise as it relates to handling the business and allowing the business to handle them. So again, I am totally against this. As you know, I told them y'all do what y'all think y'all can do, and I'm gonna do what I need to do. So they're gonna vote for it, but again, these people will still be employed here in the village of Dolton. So I'm just making sure that everyone is crystal clear of that. So when it happens, you understand the why. Okay, clerk.
Mayor, I
call
have a comment.
the roll. Oh, you got a comment now, huh?
Yes.
Go ahead.
All right. So the layoffs are due to financial issues that the village of Dolton has. I did mention already that managers who may have spoken up asked that we do not include their names for fear of retaliation. So there's so trying to insinuate that Freeman is the one that gave us is incorrect. This decision came about because our finance consultant, the CPA firm, let us know that we are in dire need and layoffs need to happen. This is I hate to say this because I don't want to cause a big panic, but this is a starting point because we are finally beginning to get information because for months and months we would indicate that we don't have financials. We haven't had it for 7 months, 8 months, 9 months. So I know many people heard that. So this meeting is the first time you hear Trustee Belcher and us reference financials that we've started to get in review. And we got a lot of that information due to the investigation by former Mayor Lori Lightfoot. So that information is the reason for many of the actions taken this evening with credit card spending, as well as this beginning of some of the layoffs. It's unfortunate. There's a lot more that we have to do. So we're starting to identify the picture, and we have to identify a plan forward. And unfortunately, this is part of that plan. Thank you.
All right, and I just want to clear some up that he just stated. He stated that Keith Freeman was not the one that gave it to him, and I quote, Trustee Kiana Belcher stated that they got this list from Keith Freeman. So I wish y'all can listen to the tapes down a closed session, and you would hear her say that's who gave y'all this list. So again, this is targeted. Y'all targeting individuals, and that's not right. I still believe you guys should go to the drawing board and figure it out, whatever it is. Again, the mayor had no say-so in this. They just did what they wanted to do. And you're supposed to sit here and talk about things of importance, such as a layoff, because at the end of the day, this is somebody's livelihood that you guys are playing with. Y'all can point fingers, place blame, do whatever you feel you need to do. But at the end of the day, you guys still are going about it the wrong way. And you should not pick individuals because they don't follow your orders or don't listen to you or whatever y'all feel is going on. You guys should still go back to the drawing board and figure out a better way, because there's always another way to do something. And as it relates to financials, once everything come up, I did tell everybody that we was going to do a town hall meeting as it relates to the financials, because everyone's waiting on financials. We all are. So I just want to clear that up as well, because people like to just say stuff, but they don't educate the public on how and the whys. Like, I'll give you another example. Do you know that we have union contracts, different things that goes towards a budget, but no one's telling you that. So once it goes to the budget, where's the extra revenue that you brought in to cover the budget amount? You just give somebody a raise, but yet you got to figure out how to pay that out. And then when they try to cut things like I said earlier before we went downstairs, code enforcement. Why would you cut the only thing where people are producing revenue? They go out and they write tickets for people that ain't cut their grass, whether it's the bank or whoever, and other issues in our community. So what I'm saying to you is you rather lay people off, like I said, peanuts, compared to the things that you claim is needed. So again, that's my statement for the record. I'm still advising the Board of Trustees not to go forward with this hit list that Keith Freeman put together on people that he don't like or get along with. And I think the board should be wiser and speak up about what it is.
May I
that's
be
needed.
recognized?
And it's not going off the list that was provided to us. That is my opinion of it. Go ahead.
Okay, so when you quote me, make sure you do it right. I stated inside of executive session, which you want to bring it up anyway, that we had a meeting with Kasperik's office, which is Lauren, and this was the advice of the accounting firm by way of email. It came from Keith Freeman. Now, what's crazy to me is that 1 minute you do the day-to-day operations, 1 minute Keith do the day-to-day operations. So it's when it fits your agenda. So whether it, to my knowledge, Keith Freeman is still employed here and is the village administrator, because we have not seen anything set forth and except for the next meeting that's about to start termination. that when something comes through the village administrator, which, I mean, for 3 years, well, I'll say he been here 2 years, we haven't been getting nothing. So when these things come, because that's your right-hand man, then we would be able to move forward with what's presented to us. Also, and sit in a 3-hour meeting with somebody that's finally giving us some financial information, you go by the people that you pay the money to say these are the recommendations that you guys need to have. Whereas if it was a hit list, she would have been the first one on the list. So I don't think it's considered a hit list. I think it's just a start of trying to move in a direction to clean some of this mess that she and him has gotten us in. I mean, if we want to say it, we're saying it. However it may be. The board of trustees don't have a credit card. The board of trustees ain't making contracts and signing off on 37%, 27% leases. The board of trustees ain't going out telling people, cut all the trees, give me an estimate. It's only $2.8 million. The board of trustees ain't doing that. So you got us into this mess, and now we're trying to salvage what we can to get out, and you sitting here talking about a hit list like we on the street. So we are doing what we can do with the limited resources that we have to start making financial decisions now that we've got a little information. I think one in particular item on there that she's really mad about is her strong arm might be a limp arm. I release.
Okay.
All right, go ahead. And then I will make.
Not personal. She sit here and act as if we're not in a deficit, but let's not forget, guys, just 30 minutes ago, we were voting on TIF money that we need to transfer. So if we are voting to transfer money that we're not even supposed to be touching, that means we're in dire need. And because we're in dire need, we're saying, hey, we have to make the tough decisions at the moment because they're having a hiring fest. We look up, and every time I come into this village, I see someone that I don't even know. So they're not coming before the board. She's telling them that they're hired, having them do the job. We have $1 million worth of overtime for some employees, right? We have a police $1 million in overtime for police. Now we have 12 additional workers for public works. Then we have a $45,000, $60,000 account saying, hey, we have to make these decisions. So this is just what we have to do. It's not personal, but this has to be done. And truth be told, our account firm told us last year around this time that the layoffs were coming. This is why we have a budget. They continue to ignore the budget. Like now, we don't even have a budget. How is it that the administration haven't provided us with a budget when this was supposed to be voted on and turned into the state as of now? So these are the issues that we're running into. They're doing things the wrong way, and then they need us to fix it and clean it up. So they're hiding the information, and then they're saying, hey, voila, by the way, we're in a deficit. Don't fire anyone, though, and I'm going to keep spending, by the way. And it's unfair. If we keep having money go out and we don't have enough coming in, then that's where you have a deficit. And that's where we are trying to fix this issue at the moment. So again, residents, it's unfortunate, but we have to make these tough decisions so that we can make payroll, because you all see that we just had to transfer money from the TIF just so that we can make payroll. So think about it. How is it personal when we're transferring money from the TIF just to make payroll, just so the residents can have the services that's needed? Thank you.
Okay, so as you guys can see, it's a lot of finger pointing, and people don't want to own up to the things they haven't done, the things that's going on in our community, and people got to fact check, but people don't. As I stated before, you know that it is contracts that the board has approved for people to get retro pay. So when we do retro pay, that adds to the budget. How do you pay for that? And then it's other contracts that they're now negotiating currently now. So when that comes back up and says another $500,000, where you gonna get the money from? So then when people keep talking about spending or things that's going on in the community, they should ask themselves, what was your plan to increase revenue when you decided to approve all these things that you wanted to make it like y'all was doing great? Hey, let me give public works increase. Let me give fire an increase. Let me give the police stay retro. You gave everybody all this money and it added to the budget over $1 million. So if it's over $1 million, where do you get the extra money that you didn't account for each month? But no one's talking about that. This is me talking to people that understand business, that understand finance. Because at the end of the day, when you sit here and you add more, you better be able to produce more. And that goes back to when I state, why are you laying off code enforcement? People that bring revenue in our community. Because at the end of the day, what else you gonna do besides the police? Them the two areas that write tickets. Then you have the water department. So if we're not sitting here really talking business and sitting here talking about, hey, we can produce this if we do this. We should change this. But no one's talking like that. People just pointing finger with no plan. That's why I don't follow them. They don't have no plan but point fingers. We have to sit together and sit here and put all the mess to rest and talk like adults and say, hey, this is what I want to see from my village. This is what I think we should do in the next months. And we should execute, but we don't do that. Because again, y'all know, like I know, it's election time. It's time to run. Everybody got to make it like this person bad, that person bad, this person ain't doing that. That's the game. And that comes with the territory, unfortunately. I told you, it's politics, which is not, it's politics. It's all about what a person can make you believe that's going on in the community. Another issue that I have is all the negativity that they brought to our village. As you can see, y'all about all the naysayers, you about all the people that come here from another state and they actually get to the podium and say they from another state. Make it make sense. But yet our residents can't get in to sit down because it is with all the people that's literally using us for clickbait to make money. Because for those that don't understand how it works, it's clickbait and they make money. Why do you think the news are so invested? They in the business of selling news. They have to sell news. So unfortunately, they are competing with YouTubers. They're competing with everybody, and people got to see it for what it is. And for those that don't want to listen, you don't have to. Because at the end of the day, my base don't come here because they're not with the mess. They listen and watch me on TV and see what I'm saying. And when I go to the door, they appreciate everything that I've accomplished here as the mayor. Because as many that been here, like I've been here, like I say, I grew here, they flew here. Everybody that been here, like I've been, you know where the village was and you know where it's at currently. And you know for a fact that we didn't have everything on Sibley possible. From Ponderosa to Red Lobster to White Hen Pantry, everything was in our city is why a majority of us moved to this community. But to see it just constantly be attacked because people can't have their way, people can't tell you what to do, it's saddening. It really is. Because again, some people watch the news because they believe in the news. I do not believe in the news. That's why I call them fake news, because they only report negativity. If somebody goes and does an interview with the news that's positive, they do not play it on the news. They only want to hear somebody saying something negative about a person. And that's sad. Because when did we forget that we are all human? When did we forget that we live here? When the cameras go and the smoke clear, we have to still rebuild our community. I say this time and time again. You're going to always hear my mouth on it, whether you want to hear it or not, because we have to do better as a community. And we have to unify the community, not come here with mess. And sometimes people just got to open their ears and eyes and listen to what's going on in our town, because there's so much good that's going on. It get overshadowed by the negativity. And again, if anybody need help, light, gas, water, anything like that, because that's why people really mad. I am your supervisor Thornton Township. You can come over there and get help with those things. And that's something the news should be advocating and showing y'all, but they do not. And if you're struggling with your mortgage or your rent, you can call us 708-596-6040 and get help with these things. But no one wants to do it. No one wants to tell you that. But when you see me or I'm at your door and I give you this information, you go get the help. So that's why I'm saying that everybody not into the mess or the clicks. It's really communities like ours that really need the help that they are getting from us. And then I love the fact that we was able to cut down the trees prior to the storms. You know how many thank yous I got the last 2 weeks, let alone month, saying, Mayor, thank you for cutting and trimming the trees. Because if you did not do that, that tree would have been on my house during this storm. As you saw, many people had trees on their houses, on their cars, on their garages, and these are the problems that we are faced with. And all I'm telling you, resident, is just pay attention. Stop being with the mess, because at the end of the day, you only have one person to answer to, and that's the Lord. Everybody else just around you for whatever reason, but when you have your time of need, these same people, these messy people, you will not see. You will not. And I mean that. If you ever get sick, you're not going to see them. If you ever need them, you're not going to see them. But guess who you always see? Tiffany and you. I'm always there for you no matter what. No matter what you say. I even help the people that talk mess about me, because I am not made like that. We supposed to love on each other. It will be people helping people. That's it. That's all. So I just want to point that out to you guys, and I want you to look at it for what it is and stop with the chaos. Because at the end of the day, life is short. Enjoy it. Embrace it. There's so many people that come to me and I help them bury their loved ones because they didn't even know something was going to happen. And it just happened. Whether it's a car accident, whether it's they didn't wake up. And that's all I'm telling you, residents. You have to cherish life and not the mess and drama. Because when the smoke clear, and it will clear, what are you going to do? You can move out, but what are you going to do? You have to want more for your life, guys. And that's all I'm trying to make sure that you get from me, other than the drama. All right? Thank you so much for listening. Clerk, call the roll.
And I have no clue how I missed this. We did discuss or mention recently that the board has started receiving financial information due to some of the special investigation, former Mayor Lightfoot. We are pleased to announce that this Thursday, August 8th at 6:30, Dolton Park District, she will be giving her presentation of initial findings. So please all come out to get that. So many of the issues brought up today were kind of some of the snippets of what we got, and a lot of greater detail will be provided. So that's my announcement. Thank you.
Okay.
Saturday, it is August the 10th. Tea with the
On mayor's report, we have an item for closed session, and that was for termination of Keith Freeman. For the record, just so we crystal clear and no one don't misinterpret what I'm saying, Keith Freeman is fired from the village of Dolton. He no longer will work here in the village of Dolton. So I'm letting y'all know that. So when tomorrow comes, no one can be like, he's still working. No, he does not. So I'm just making it crystal clear for what it is that is about to happen once we get through this agenda. But before we get to that item, I have 3 department heads up here that just need to give their report so you can understand what they do here in the village of Dolton. I don't understand how they missed that, but to show you they got their own agenda, and they should have made sure you understood what each person up here does as it relates to your tax dollars, because you pay them to manage and to govern the city and tell you, hey, we did this today, this how much money we brought in, but no one wanted to know. So we'll start with.
And I know that there's a lot of people here that go to church that have not gone to God. Let me admonish you. Let me admonish this board. Okay, these leaders that's in leadership positions but are not true leaders at heart. Okay? And so I admonish you that you're going to be snared by the words of your mouth, because the Bible tells me to touch not my anointed and do his prophets no harm. Well, we'll leave that to God. Leave that to God. And I admonish you, for those who do have a Bible, go ahead and read Esther, the 3rd chapter, and see how they try to set up Mordecai, and Haman had to be held by those same gallows. Okay? And so to our residents, and I can just say to my residents, Mayor, under your leadership, when I actually worked in the water department, previous administrations did not have policies and procedures. They did not have the policies and procedures for each and every department that I worked in, including housing. No, I just want to make it clear. That while you're making decisions, not one trustee came to my departments, either department, and asked me, what do I need? They never asked me, well, how much do you make? What do you need to make this department run? Do you know that we don't even have enough ink to print out permits? That we have to go to other departments. Quiet, please. I think it's important that you hear this. I think it's important. Not one trustee came and said, do you have enough employees? We're running it on a skeleton crew. And I can say to my team, we run that department with customer service. When you come here, our residents that come here for business are satisfied with those services. Okay? So I'm not concerned about money, because when you're a true leader, you're concerned about legacy and destiny. There's more to life than money. It's about impacting and changing people's lives. So under your leadership, we have changed these departments. Okay? There were job descriptions written for directors, managers, supervisors, and all of the clerks in both departments. It wasn't here under the previous administration, but under her leadership. Okay? Why? That gives you vision. Just hold on a minute, ma'am. Just hold on a minute, ma'am. I'm talking to the residents, ma'am. I'm talking to the residents, ma'am. Quiet, please. I'm talking to the residents whose lives we are impacting for the positive. See, there's two things a leader is going to do. They're going to either infect someone's life or affect someone's life for something positive. We talked about money that we did not have. Jason House sat here for 8 years. These other trustees sat here for 2 years, sometimes 3. I did not hear one trustee come up with an ordinance or any programs to bring in revenue.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we're talking about my department.
Yeah.
Okay, at what point will we, as a people who say we're people of God, will come together and come with vision? We hear a lot of excuses, but no adjustments. Tell the people how many ordinances you've written as a trustee, Jason, since you've been sitting there. I can ask Brittany.
Tell him how many trips he done went on with a credit card.
Okay. All right, calm down. Okay. Calm down. Okay.
Okay.
If you read your collective bargaining agreement, you know that's in the mayor's collective bargaining agreement. If you read your collective bargaining agreement.
You are a part-time.
Okay.
Let them tell it. You're a part-time.
Trustee, you are out of order. We have the floor. If it's speak.
Well, I gave you an opportunity to say your piece. I think it's fair. And it's unfortunate a lot of us are old, but we're not mature.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate that we have this age, but we don't have maturity. Quiet. So I just want to make it clear, absolutely clear.
Ma'am.
If I did not get another dime from this village because I believe in the vision of this leader, I would come here and volunteer.
No.
Yep.
I would come here and volunteer. Because, let me tell you why. Let me tell you why. Okay. Part-time hecklers, let me tell you why. Part-time hecklers, let me tell you why. Officers,
Please stop.
let me tell you why. Because there are residents that call that phone every single day. Okay, I'm here 7:30 in the morning till whatever time it takes to get the job done. That's what a true leader does.
True.
That's what a true leader does. So because of the residents that deserve this type of service, I will be here. Because it's more than life than just money. It's more than life than just money. It's changing people's lives. And that's what we're doing. And so I'll say this. The money that you say that we don't have, how is it that you paid a attorney this money that you say we don't have?
Bingo.
Because they vote on it. So where do you get the money from?
Like everybody else, like you waiting on that.
Okay.
Trustee, you so out of order. You do stuff for clickbait. Stop. He has the floor.
This don't make no sense that you sit here letting him do that.
Can y'all
You
do
sit here and let him do that.
Let me do it.
You are out of order, trustee. It don't make no sense that you're talking. He has the floor. Y'all had the floor. Y'all said whatever y'all wanted. He has the floor. Go ahead. Will.
Let me finish with this.
This don't make
I forgive you because you know not what you do. But let me tell you, and I admonish you, that God shall not be mocked. Whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. And we'll let it stay with that. So I will be here tomorrow to continue to service these people because there's nobody here that can stop me from doing that service. So thank you. God bless you. Continue. God has placed you there. And if God be for you, he's more than the whole world against us. So thank you. God bless you.
Amen. Thank you so much, Will. Thank you.
Madam Mayor,
That's good. Thank you,
Madam-
Will. Next on the agenda, we're going straight to Keith Freeman. So, Board of Trustees, what do you want to do?
I have a question because you said he's terminated. So what? Why are we?
Oh, wait. Hold on. 'Cause y'all always say, because y'all always say that I don't come to y'all. Hold on. We're going to play the little silly game right now. So I put it on the agenda because, hold on, because he got terminated already. But everybody inserted themselves in the business of the mayor, right? So everybody inserted themselves. They send letters out. They let him do all this little finicky stuff, send emails out to the staff, all kinds of stuff. He knows this. They all know that because they wrote their names on it. So they kept saying, you got to bring it to the board. You got to put it on the agenda. So what I do, it's on the agenda. So that's why I asked that. So why would you ask that redundant question of talking about why I'm asking y'all? You guys asked me to put it on the agenda. It is on the agenda because we wanted your input, your opinion, right? So it's on the agenda for your input and your opinion because you kept saying that you guys have to vote on it. Is that not what y'all kept saying? Y'all say y'all got to vote on it. So here we are. So, Board of Trustees, is there a motion to terminate Keith Freeman? Dun, dun, dun. There y'all go. What we doing? Is there a motion to terminate Keith Freeman? What we doing? Y'all gotta huddle up. Y'all gotta huddle up real quick. We're gonna take a 3 seconds.
Hey,
What we doing?
you want to discuss?
What y'all want to do? Y'all had to talk about it and get it together yet? Y'all doing signals across the room. What we doing? Y'all motioning it up. What we doing? Y'all quiet. Y'all quiet as a church mouse, as I say. What's going on right now? This the person y'all can't stand. Y'all don't like. This what y'all say. This what y'all say about the person. Y'all say he's never at work. He'll do his job. Is this what y'all say? So what we doing, guys? The motion is on the floor. What y'all gonna do? Motion is seconded. What we doing? What we doing, guys? No, nothing. Crickets. Nobody wants the motion and let go. But y'all, hold on. Look, let me just explain to residents that understand what I've been talking about. Listen to this. Prior to a whole 5-10 minutes ago, they voted to lay off all these individuals, right? They voted on all these individuals, but the person that they all complain about is now up for a motion in a second to terminate. That's the person they claim. And if a person that they're talking about that they doing all these things make 100,000, what do you make? 100-something, what do you make? Why y'all didn't start at the top? Why didn't you? You started with people like William Moore, people that make $15,000 a year, people that make $15 an hour. You started with employees like that. You started with the code enforcement department that really brings revenue to our village. So make it make sense, residents. Why is everybody on mute all of a sudden? I don't hear nothing. Board of Trustees. Y'all always got so much to say. What y'all got? Y'all motioning? Y'all motioning secondly? Nobody?
Yeah.
Okay. So basically, for those that ain't been watching the mess or I don't want to cuss, the show in Dolton, if y'all ain't been watching it, that show you that y'all must have been working with him the entire time. So all y'all been exposed, huh? So everybody's been exposed. Because here it is. Y'all watch the meetings. Y'all see what goes on. I don't see nothing right now. Nobody said nothing. Y'all got nothing to say? Nothing.
Out this world.
So who been getting played the entire time? Looks like the mayor been getting played the entire time. That's what it looked like to me. Because I can't believe they this quiet. Y'all always got something to say. Always.
I make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Oh, you adjourn the meeting. Wow. So your emotion is now recognized, and we right here on this agenda item, and you know you're out of order. So basically,
It's a motion and a second on the floor.
It is not recognized if you understand the rules and how they work. So you want to get out of the jam. You that scared, huh? You that scared to talk about the firing. You guys said you didn't want the individual. Where y'all at? Where y'all at? I already know what I can do. I'm talking about them because they said that I didn't put it on this agenda. And I'm going to show you emails.
Who said that?
I'm going to show you emails.
Who
And then-
said it,
Hold
Mayor?
on, trustee, because now you got something to say. Hold on, let me finish.
You said
So
they said who
basically-
said it?
Basically,
said
I'm going
it?
to show you everything that they talked about
Who said
until we
it?
got to this point. Now it's on the agenda. Now they quiet. They got
Who
nothing
said it?
to
Can you say who said put it on the
All I'm
agenda?
saying to you guys is we got to get some understanding of what's going on. Stop letting people, as y'all say, hoodwink, bamboozle, led astray. Y'all let people do that to y'all, right? Y'all still ain't got nothing to say.
Who said
Do y'all
put it
got
on the
something to say?
agenda, Mayor?
Do y'all got something to say? I'm waiting.
Can you
Motion.
ask
How
the
y'all
question?
gonna motion? How y'all gonna motion? What y'all gonna do?
You said somebody said
How
put
you
it on
gonna
the agenda. Who asked you to put it on the
I
agenda?
already asked you a question, so
I
you want to
asked you
answer
a
my stuff?
question.
You want to answer my stuff?
It's a motion
What
and a
you gonna
second
do?
on the
What
floor.
you gonna do? Y'all gonna motion to
It's a
release
motion and a
Freeman?
second on the
Okay,
floor.
so let me say this then. Because you guys are mute and they got nothing to say, always. Y'all been selling the residents a load of crap. I am using my authority, which I always had, but you guys intervene with it as always. Keith Freeman is fired from the Village of Dolton. He no longer works here at the Village of Dolton. I done said it and said it. I tried to do this before, but they intervened and said, hey, you got to come across the board. Y'all, the trustees. So by
Can
them
you
doing that,
Brittany, did you ask her to put it on the I did.
Stop.
Did you
I
ask
think
her to
I'm
put it on
crystal
there?
clear. I think
Sam,
everybody
did you?
got it. I think everybody understand what's going on.
Okay.
And by their silence, it tells you kind of what's going on in our village. So welcome to all the games and all the drama that you see put before this board. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. It's a new day. There's no
I
Freeman
need to
no
call
more.
the roll.
So I
I need to
appreciate you
call
guys
the
for
roll.
coming
Trustee
here
Belcher.
to do what's needed. And clerk,
Trustee-
I just said that it was out of order, but that's what y'all do. Y'all just want to
Trustee
run
Tammy
the
Brown.
show. Everybody running. Nobody got
Trustee
nothing
House.
to say about Keith Freeman. Nobody.
Meeting
Nobody.
at 9:52 p.m.
That's a shame. That's a shame. So I'm gonna remember this because at the end of the day, I told you, you guys don't run the day today. The mayor does. So, Keith Freeman, I know you watching. You no longer works for the Village of Dolton. Please turn in your keys, turn in all your stuff. HR reach out to you tomorrow as relates to your fire.
I'm all around house. I don't know what to do, so I need to talk to you. I asked you for you got it.